Hey, we're back for Shakesyear. We are in Henry IV, Part 1, Act 1, Scene 2, which some people call Act 1, Scene 1 because Act 1, Scene 1 in the folio is the prologue, but whatever. In the folio, we're in Act 1, Scene 2. And there's a lot of confusion at the moment because first we got to hear from Bardolph that Hotspur had won, and then we heard from Travers that Hotspur had lost, but neither of them were actually in the battlefield. And then Morton shows up, and Morton was actually at the battlefield, and he says Hotspur's dead. Well, he doesn't really want to say Hotspur's dead. He comes in and he's like, well, and your son... And then yesterday we had the king saying, he's dead. Like, I can tell by your face. He's dead, right? And so Morton's like, well, and the king's like, just say it. Like, I really wish it wasn't true, but just say it, because you're gonna say it. And Morton's like, nah, and the king's like, just, like, please don't let him be dead, but I know that he is, but please don't let him be dead. And Morton says, I am sorry. I should force you to believe that, which I would to heaven I had not seen. But these mine eyes saw him in bloody state, rendering faint quittance, wearied and outbreathed, to Henry Monmouth, whose swift wrath beat down the never-daunted Percy to the earth, from whence, with life, he never more sprung up. In few, his death, whose spirit lent a fire even to the dullest peasant in his camp, being bruited once, took fire and heat away from the best-tempered courage in his troops, for from his metal was his party steeled, which, once in him abated, all the rest turned on themselves like dull and heavy lead. And as the thing that's heavy in itself upon enforcement flies with greatest speed, so did our men, heavy in Hotspur's loss, lend to this weight such lightness with their fear, that arrows fled not swifter toward their aim than did our soldiers, aiming at their safety, fly from the field. Then was that noble Worcester too soon taken prisoner, and that furious Scot, the bloody Douglas, whose well-laboring sword had 3 times slain the appearance of the king, gan veil his stomach and did grace the shame of those that turned their backs, and in his flight, stumbling in fear, was took. The sum of all is that the king hath won, and hath sent out a speedy power to encounter you, my lord, under the conduct of young Lancaster and Westmoreland. This is the news at full. So Morton, who was actually there, saw Percy actually fall, saw all the rest of the people lose their faith because Percy had fallen, and they're like, we don't have a leader anymore, so we're gonna run away. And while they were running away, Worcester was taken prisoner, and while they were running away, Douglas was fallen and taken prisoner. And so now the king is coming for Northumberland. And that's gonna go real well. Let me just tell you right now, it's gonna go real well. We get to hear from Northumberland tomorrow, so we'll figure out exactly how well it's gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow.